Hey guys, it's me, Ria. Just hopping on to do a message. I'm going to wait and see if anybody wants to pop on. These things like weird, they muffle. My Bluetooth are broken, only one headphone works, so putting these things in. All right, wait and see if anyone wants to hop on. So I just have some messages to share from Spirit today. Been going through a lot of intensity in these energies, guys. And I just wanted to talk about that. Just waiting to see if anyone wants to hop on first. Actually, what I'm going to do too is while I wait for people to hop on. Hey, Miranda. Hey, Kim Phillips. Thank you for joining, guys. Just hopping on like usual last second. So I appreciate you guys sharing out if you don't mind. Just give a chance for some people to pop on perhaps. I'm going to be delivering a message concerning the extreme intensities of energies, and not just energies flowing through us, but what we are partaking in our personal life, situational and collectively. I really personally don't know much about what's going on collectively because I am so immersed and engaged in my own reality and my own life. That's plenty for me. But I just wanted to talk about that and how this intensity is really bringing us to our soul's focus. So it's awesome. It's really awesome. And I just want to talk about that for a little bit. And then I'm going to do a collective message, and then I'll do some personals, perhaps, if my battery holds out. Oops. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I'm just going to stick Hey, Lauren, good to see you. Hey, Leona, good to see you. Please share out, guys, if you don't mind. I'll be doing a collective message talking about the intensity of the energies. And I know we're always experiencing these cycles and energies and intensity according to like even the monthly cycles and the moon and all of that. And that just brings our attention and brings a collective awareness to what's going on. A marker, a remembering. And then I'll be doing some personals for you guys. And I will stick my PayPal link up there. Just open donations. Hold on here. I can't talk right. So like I said, I personally have been going through these huge intensities, situational, family dynamics. Not so much what's in me. Like a lot of people experience a lot of the physical ascension symptoms, and I'm not saying that I don't. I do that also. But if you want to know what's within yourself that is intensifying and clearing energetically, all you got to do is open your eyes and look before you. It's like there's no separation from without in as within. So I typically could say, oh, nothing's really affecting me that much. Well, holy shit, there's some major stuff that's been going on in my life. Family stuff. And, you know, a lot of you guys know Caleb and my son and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going through some huge shifts, some huge changings where I actually had to bring him to the doctors, and he's in the hospital right now, but he's not, he's all right and everything. But just what we're doing right now is if we're not in the midst of our soul project and why we came, these intense energies and situations before us are going to frickin' bring our focus to the now. They're literally going to zoom us right into the now in the present moment. And that's to get us to align to our soul's purpose. And you can say, well, what the hell's my soul's purpose? I'm always asking for it, but I don't see it. You're going to know. You're going to know what your soul's purpose is, because these intense energies, whatever is happening in your world, whatever it is, I was just thinking of you, Kimmy Siegel, whatever is in your world, like Kimmy Siegel right now saying the oil spilt into the water and someone hooked up their oil tank wrong and it's contaminated and she's not even sure if she's going to have a place to live. Well, we're having these intense situations, and what these intense situations outside of us is they're projecting the energy within us. And what they're causing us to do is we have no effing choice but to be with every moment, every moment, every moment. You can't project into the future and what the future is going to bring. So this family dynamic, K Thaddeus with Caleb, is like, it's no secret. I always talk about how he's addicted to marijuana and it's better than alcohol because he used to be addicted to alcohol and he's done that, done and over that. So now it's marijuana, and it was to the point where he was getting up in the middle of the night. And when we took him in to live with us, it was from Honduras. It was with the fact that he would get some help, get some counseling, no marijuana in the household whatsoever, but us being very respectful and trying to work with his desire said, okay, it's natural, it's natural. So he convinced us. So we went from vaping and we said, okay, Caleb, just, it was supposed to be like from morning, just in the morning or at night. And now it went to all day long, gets up in the middle of the night, went from vaping to actually smoking again. And I can't stand the smell of it. I have nothing against it, but everything is in balance. So it got so out of hand. He ended up having a fight with Bob. And I said, Caleb, I'm going to call the police. So you get your ass in the vehicle right now. And I'm taking you to the emergency room. You need some freaking ass mental help. Okay. We've done it your way. We've tried it your way. So now he's in the hospital and it is nothing bad. No one got hurt or anything per se. But what it's caused us to do is really focus in the moment. He's in pain. He doesn't want to be there. He's begging me to take him out, but I put him in and the authorities are holding him there or the whatever until things are stable. And this is awesome. This makes him detox. So I'm trying to be positive. It's going to force him to detox. Can't have any marijuana. Can't have anything. Totally against pharmaceuticals. I did a whole video on this the other day with pharmaceuticals and how the spiritual community are so against it. But what happens is we go from one end of this pendulum to the other. We have pharmaceuticals for a reason, different strokes for different folks. Okay. Yes, I see John Thaddeator there, and I've been wanting to have him do some tapping. Okay. Oh yeah, it's good, John. It's a blessing. I know. Thank you though. And I'm not looking like for any pity whatsoever. Because this has been a project between me and Caleb why we came. So my point is I'm just sharing to let you know we're all going through these intense energies. So I'm just sharing mine. I know Kimmy has shared hers and it's all really, really beautiful because he's like, Mom, can I come home? Mommy, come. I promise I'll quit. I'll smash my bong, blah, blah, blah. But this has been a lifelong thing with him since a teenager. And it's been a cycle and a cycle and a cycle. And I know right now we're being called right now to break certain cycles, and we're contracted with certain family members, relations, bosses, community, what have you, to break these cycles. So Spirit is saying it's a time to break the cycle. So I have him sitting there right now. He's detoxing. I feel bad. And he's like, when can I get out? When can I get out? When can I get out? I'm just sitting here rotting away. But he goes, well, at least the good thing is I'm detoxing. What did you tell those guys? What did you tell those guys? And I'm like, Caleb, nothing but the truth. And so we're going through this intense family dynamics where Bob has said, he's not allowed back in the house. Well, we also have a condo we're renting in Old Orchards. So he'll probably have to come with me, but I have no idea. I have no freaking idea what we're going to do. I just barely got him hooked into insurance where certain people will help with this type of insurance because he's not working. He doesn't have a job. So he has state care insurance that I physically and Bob physically had to sign him up and a whole bunch of stuff. Anyways, he's not capable. He's not capable to function in what we would consider everyday life as a society. And to get back to the pharmaceuticals and stuff, we have agreed to be born into this timeline where we do have to adhere and cooperate to a certain degree of what's expected to us in a societal paradigm, whether it be to take care of yourself, whether it to make a living in some way, shape, or form, or what have you. We did come to function to some degree in society. Yes, we can do it in our own way, but still getting along with the collective. And so I know that this project between me and Caleb is to break certain cycles where he wants to escape. He doesn't want to participate. He wants to be way at this end of the pendulum where we got to find the balance. And I know part of this and everything working up to this has taught me, everything that I've gone through personally has taught me I need to learn balance. It's not just spiritual community. Spiritual community will make you feel bad or guilty sometimes, or you don't feel you're good enough because you can't do everything all natural. I'm going to tell you right now, I would probably be dead if I didn't take some medicine when I had labor. I literally was in so much pain and agony. I think I was probably one of those mothers that died in childbirth without the assistance of doctors. So if I didn't have a C-section, probably two for two of my kids, I would be dead. Okay. One of us or all of us. So that's what I'm talking about. The balance. We have the medical field for a reason. And sometimes we want to go way to the other end, but sometimes there's that balance. There's that balance of natural, holistic, and Western medicine. People are so against it. And I, in general, am not for meds or any of that stuff, but there is a time where it's appropriate to help you through times or to help balance you. And he's certainly, the marijuana, all natural plant, is not balancing. Boom, or it's straight up, straight down. So I'm just sharing that with you. And I know we have a project, like I was saying, Caleb and I have a project to do together. This has been a lifetime, thing between us, and back and forth and up and down and all around and whatever. So I have no idea exactly what, other than I do feel really, really strong that there has to be a corporation incorporating a balance. Because when you say something is bad, what we do is we separate it. Separation. We cause separation. But God is about integration, wholeness, community, unity. So as soon as you label something bad or evil or whatever, what do? We separate it. But God's source energy is all, in all, created all. Now it's up to us to allow all of these things available to us with awareness, with intent. So someone who's on a pharmaceutical cycle might not be awake. So they might not be aware or taking their meds mindfully. And I think now what has happened is we've all evolved, at least those watching now or later, have evolved to a certain awareness and mindfulness where you can incorporate things maybe you couldn't incorporate, or maybe now you're allowing other things that you couldn't allow before because of the frequency. So if our frequency is always way, way down, I don't know, I'm just sharing this, and it's all natural, but you feel like shit, look like shit, can't function in society. Is that really the right thing? Because we're here to enjoy life as well. And however you're achieving that higher frequency in balance, of course, isn't that the important thing, to get our frequency elevated and to receive higher informational guidance and higher information. So to me, everyone, like Abraham would say, get to a place where you feel good. But of course, we don't want to get to that out of balance where you're up, feeling good, and then down, down, down. That's just being out of balance. So a lot of you guys might be going through some personal stuff like that. It could be like what Kimmy's doing, community stuff, going through her whole development. Could be health issues coming to a head. And this is all really a blessing, guys. It's really, really a blessing in that it is causing us to come and be really hyper focused in the moment, because we don't have the answers. We don't know what's coming after now, because guess what? It hasn't come yet. It's not created. We are creating that future. So whatever crisis, dilemma, tower moment, and I did a whole thing last week, or a mini live also on releasing, the pressure cooker releasing. Kimmy, you pulled a card. I think it was yesterday. It was the earthquake card and the tectonics or whatever splitting open. Remember? Well, that's also a releasing of pressure. So I found that I did watch some of your replay, and I found that your cards resonated with my overall messages and what's going on as a society. Huge releases in the pressure points, but at an intensity that we have never experienced. But we're experiencing them at this high intensity in whatever way, shape, or form that is for you, because you are ready. You are ready to fully emerge, engage in your soul's project, whether it be with a partner, a child, a coworker, a soul tribe member, a healer, a teacher, whatever. We are having these cataclysmal, intense energies as a way to really bring us to focus to the now. When we focus in the now, everything is available. We're aware. Anything can come to us, and we're aware. So we will be receiving the guidance, and we'll be giving and told what to do moment by moment by moment, not before, not ahead of time, because we as creators in being fully present in our moment and engaged now in our soul's project, we're creating that future. We're creating it. We're not creating the same cycles. So right now there's a huge wrap up and breaking up of the way things were done in the old cycles. Could be a tower, whatever that tower moment crisis is for you, or blow up or intensity. And it's releasing, but what it's doing, it's readjusting, bringing us straight to the moment, because that's all we can focus on. And then in that point, we're aligning, receiving, giving and taking all of the energies we need to create that new timeline, that new outcome off the freaking ass cycle. Okay, so let me look here, guys. When I get in a thought form, man, and that's needless to say, Caleb is pissed off. Caleb is pissed, okay? And you know what? You're going to piss some people off. But I know without a doubt in myself that we're co-contracted to get this shit done. Great day in Illinois. It's very sunny here in Maine today, or at least on Old Orchard Beach. I was in class learning how to sing. Don't push too hard. Yeah, don't push it. We can't push any, Lauren, I'm glad you mentioned that. We can't push. I know you're talking about singing, but this relates to everything. Singing is that micro in the macro. We can't push anything before it's time right now, because everything is being created in the now. So we can't push it. We can't push this new life. We can't push this new timeline. We're really being called to really trust. Oh my God, I have had so much, queasiness, a little queasy, off-centered, even before this work, as even before this episode happened a couple days ago, just like really queasy, or things not totally sitting good, not throwing up and not enough to incapacitate me in any way, shape, or form. But that queasiness is that trust, having to stand in your power really strong. Then asked me if I peed standing up. I asked why. He told me not to sing on a full bladder. Well, that makes sense. You don't really want to do much of anything on a full bladder but sit on the toilet. Okay. Today I'm going to look up hairstyles. I need to get a freaking haircut. Oh, and Chantel. So Chantel's hair was way past, well, as long as mine. She came out for the Thanksgiving break and I brought it right up to here. Hey, Heather. I agree. It's my everyday project. It's going to be, yeah, we all know. And we can, you know why? Yeah, he will. He knows. Thank you, John. I know he loves me. I know we have a soul contract, even though he says, you get me out of here, Mom, or I will hate you forever. And I'm like, Caleb, anybody who's going through withdrawals are never happy about it. Anybody with an intervention, they're not going to be happy about it. And he has me, and I'm carrying and I've always been overly sensitive, but to his feelings, all my kids, but I've had to build up a certain amount of strength now. So like John or Kim, or I'm just using you guys, Lauren, whatever you have gone through up to now, you have gotten that expertise, that strength, that power, that trust. You have balanced enough energies in yourself right now to fulfill that project, to fulfill that soul's purpose. Everything has been like class up to now. Everything has been learning, rebalancing, harmonizing, healing. And it's funny, Kimmy, you talked about the inner child too. I think you did a card on that. And my channelings have a lot been to do with that inner child. That inner child is not somebody 30 years ago. That inner child is now. That inner child is now, and it's ready to come and partake in what it's come to partake in. We have had to heal and all of those energies, but Caleb, it's all about his inner child wounding for him. And obviously he's breaking an ancestral pattern. So huge work being done, even though nothing seems to be done. Huge work being done right now. So we have been working up to these intensities. We are equipped, Spirit is saying. We have the tools, and they're immediately saying tapping tools, but not everybody resonates with that. So whatever your tool is, you've been given those tools and you can handle whatever's here. So Spirit is really wanting to encourage all of us, whatever it is you're going through, you are fully equipped. You are ready to undertake this huge transformation taking place. Ending of cycles, major cycles ending. And I'm not just talking little mini cycles, I'm talking ancestral, lineage, millennium, they're saying, millennium, human. Yes, about that pharmaceutical stuff. Be open to everything. Absolutely. Because how bad is it if you feel good, right? If it makes you feel better and puts you in ease. So Caleb's thing is he's so spiritual, he's so gifted, he is extremely empathetic and feels everything. And that's his thing all the time. I feel you, I feel all your pain, I feel so and so's pain, that pain, that pain. My boss is, I says, Caleb, the thing is, you don't need to take that on. It is not your job to process the darkness of the world as this one being. I said, Caleb, there's always going to be people's energies at the gyms. He's quit gyms. He can't hold jobs, girlfriends, any place he lives, and at the hospital. I understand the energy's heavy and dark. He's like, I can't take it. These energies are killing me. And I says, Caleb, you need to protect yourself. Just know that it's not yours to take. Imagine your white light. Shoo. I says, pretend there's a pyramid around you, your safety. And not pretend, there is one if you visualize that. But he takes it onto himself. And my point in this is we came to enjoy life, not just to take on these burdens and these crosses. The only burden and cross we got to come is what is called of us individually in the now, and automatically it'll help the collective. I don't come here to carry John's weight or Leona's. Yes, it's automatically all merging and working cooperatively, but it's not my job to carry you. I got to carry myself, and then that we carry each other. So that's been a lifelong thing with him. He'll take the spiritual concepts, but make it work against him and everyone, in anger and the anger. Deep sense of self of unworthiness. So he is carrying a lot of lineage. So, okay, so that brings to the point when you're carrying lineage and breaking that, you've come to break that cycle, but you didn't come to break on that cycle through everybody else, but through whatever you have come to heal and balance within your own body. Then you automatically break that cycle and heal it and balance it for the whole. Healing is just rebalancing, getting back to our blueprint. It's all emotional with him. Absolutely. He's very, very strong physically. My boy getting through the same. So we in the back, let's say he was, it's like suicidal depression, bipolar, mini bipolar, all of that kind of stuff since teenagers. And, once you hit those hormones, things change and can really impact you. And so it's been like through that kind of change for boys that it's been up and down and all around and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, so what I was saying earlier too about I had to have an epidural and there's no way I could have dealt with that. And the doctor said one thing to me, he says, why, what, and I'll never forget what they said, or the nurse, I don't know if it was the nurse or the doctor, but why put yourself through all that pain if you don't need to? So sometimes we think we're better just because we're putting ourselves through all this pain without getting any outside help. I call bullshit on that because it's all to be utilized, but mindfully or not. But I know we have those moments where we're processing energies of our own self and it's painful, but it's not to be carried forever. Just like my little symbol here, we didn't come to be heavy and weighted down. We came with a certain cross spiritually into the physical. But look at this cross here doesn't look heavy. It's light. It's cross. We're carrying our cross. Here's our head, our arms, but it looks like a cross. Whatever that illusion, whatever that lie is, we told ourselves that we need to carry and bear. Well, it's literally what we're doing in our soul contracts and projects are to dissipate it with the light. It's not a heavy, hard cross load here. It's light. And that is what the baseline of all of these projects are that we're in full swing. We're in full swing now with our soul's project. If you have been off your project, whatever's happening in your life is going to bring you right back to task, in the moment, on task. But it's not because you have to be a martyr. It's because you've come to lighten up, lighten the load, lighten up. Exactly. Accept anything that can help. Frickin' A. I know. And maybe that's what an addict would say, and that's why they self-medicate. But the thing with that is it's out of balance. And if you can't function in your everyday life as a human being, then it's out of balance. And hopefully there's something there to transition into a smoother balance. But we've been up and down for that. This is a topic for anything class, Ria. This is a topic for anything. Divine into human. And this looks like we are divine beings. We are getting back to our original blueprint. We're releasing all of the lies, the darkness, the separativeness. Spiritual concepts can be just as harmful as a religion or some societal thing, holding you bound or caged or thinking you got to have it this way. It's just like we're breaking all of it. I am feeling the need to play with hair and hug others for more whatever strange reason. Go with it, Lauren. Go with it. The fault line. Yeah, that's what it was. The fault line. It's funny, Kim, you say the fault line, because the fault line, oh my God, what do? We like to either blame people, it's your fault, or oh my God, it's my fault. And the fault line is we're getting rid of the fault line. It's no one's fault. It's all here for a reason, to bring us to this relief, to bring us to the light, to bring us back to who we are. Incorporating and allowing all to work for us is the name of the game, Spirit is saying. It's not about separating. It's about integration. It's about mergence. It's about balance. It's about feeling good. It's about releasing the densities that have created fault. Oh my God, Kimmy, this is so. All right, just going through the comments, guys. Sorry. Thinking of going back onto my antidepressants. The anxiety is really damaging my heart health. So yeah, what good is going through all this shit if you can't deal with it, and if you're incapacitated and your heart is bad? So do what you need to do, Leona, for the wellness of you. Okay. I just feel like anything goes right now. Extreme circumstances call for extreme measures. But guess what? Everybody right now is more mindful. And the physical world doesn't have the power over us. We give it the intent. We tell it what to do. Just like your body, every cell is intelligent and it's aware and it wants your direction. So if you feel the need to take an antidepressant, Spirit is saying, take it with that mindfulness and tell it what to do. Tell the antidepressant what you expect of it. We are no longer victims. We're not the victim. We're the God source energy telling the physical world what to do, how to aid us. We can redefine anything because we are actually the ones that created it. We're the projector. We can allow our projection, if all of our projections work for us in the end, the reflections of us, then everything has some good. Everything is working for us. It's up to us to allow it, to redefine it, relabel it. Take back your power. Doesn't mean you're powerless. Heather, I am open, but still use discernment is key, Heather. Absolutely. That is our power. That is that solar plexus. That is absolutely, because a couple months ago, Spirit really bringing forth our power is in our discernment, and and not only that, is taking action on our discerning, whatever that answer. Through our discernment, we take action. So first of all, we had to become very empowered. We had to be anchored in our solar plexus. We had to come to our own inner knowledge and wisdom and allow anything on the outside world or information, discern it. And it doesn't matter if no one agrees with you. It doesn't matter if it goes from against your soul brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter. If it feels right for you, then you take action on what feels right for you. Absolutely. And that's being mindful. The discernment is equated, it works with your mindfulness, your awareness. I call BS2. Thank you, Kimmy Siegel, soul sister. Hey, Kim, chemistry. Excellent subject. Yeah. Our intent is more important. I agree with you. It's made for you. I agree. And I've questioned that. And I question all of these things. And I might sit in it for a year or years. But when you ask, the answer is going to be given. And sometimes you're not given the answer for years because you yourself had to release other layers that were preventing you to get to the truth that really works for you. So even okay, I'm going to use something really basic and silly, and I know the South still really believe in it, but and we've probably most of us watching have gotten spankings. So I've questioned the whole when I had my first two, and Chantel and Caleb. This is like 30 years ago for my first two, and my in-laws used to say, and Chantel's on the spectrum. She was very ADD, still is, very gifted, multidimensionally. And they'd say, she just needs a good spanking. And I immediately did not feel good about that. And I didn't feel it was right. But then it's been brought up throughout the years again. And I discern it. But sometimes we won't get to our true north discernment until we release some other limiting beliefs. So something as simple as that. And I know the South, they're against, I'll give your kid a good whack or give him a spanking for me and all of that stuff. I don't believe in spankings and physical. What are you doing? You're teaching the kid to hit? Come on. and just teaching them that someone, it's also at a subliminal, subconsciously saying, yeah, it's okay to hit me if I do wrong. No, none of that kind of stuff. But some people still think it's best to give them a good whack. The only time I would give a good whack is like, it's just more of a reflex, like, oh my God, don't do it. Get back. Like you're ready to jump in front of a vehicle or something. But even then you're not whacking them. So I don't know. It's just sometimes we're so pre-programmed from our beliefs and our grandparents, parents, what have you. And we can't get to our own discernment until we actually have gone through all that other work. So right now, Spirit is saying we have gone through all of that other freaking ass work. We have confronted so many layers of beliefs, densities, paradigms, thoughts, and we're really operating from here. So now, sorry about that. If we want to, let me put my thing on. If we want to use some of these things that we once deemed bad, we're going to give it a new definition. And it's given a new definition because we're literally in a new frequency. So what once did not work for you in the past could now work for you in this new frequency. Okay. So you're going to be reevaluating. Spirit is saying some of the things that you denied before because your frequency might have said, "Ooh, that's evil, that's bad." And it could be someone where cannabis and marijuana actually work for them, help their fibromyalgia, help their pain, but they didn't take it because they thought it was bad, because they were taught it was bad. Or it could be the vice versa, the other way around. So other people might be opening up to herbs and medicines and all of that. But the spiritual community, their spirit is saying, might actually be flipping that because they were already open to that. And they might actually need something from the medical field. So using your discernment. And my point is, our discernment is only as discernible as what we're allowing and how open we are and how purified and clear in our own being, how aligned we are and how balanced we are as we let go of all of those thought forms, paradigms, all of that crap. Like I used to, as a teenager, a lot of teenagers get into alcohol and smoking and drinking and all of that. And I really held myself up to high standards. And my brother-in-law was really laughing at me because I remember thinking, I used to think I was too good for wine, but I didn't mean wine per se. And he laughed at that and he goes, only the finest drink wine and Jesus drank wine. But I was just laughing at that because I normally wouldn't, but now I see it. I see the benefits of a nice glass of red wine, and it's healthy for the body, and it's in balance. You know what I mean? So in the past, I would have denied myself any of that, but actually, it gives you a natural chill factor. It makes you feel good. It relieves anxiety. It's anti-inflammatory. It helps your heart. So in the past, that's just an example for myself where I normally wouldn't touch anything like that. Just automatically said, nah, none of that stuff's bad. My ego said, you don't need that. You're too good for that. You don't need any outside crap. And not that I do, but now I say, oh man. So now I'm open to stuff like that. You are pushing your hair away too. You have the same issues I have now. I just never cared for drink. Yeah, I never liked it. I would have a drink like, I like sweet mixed drinks in the past, something like that. And I would just, my face would all curl up. And I'm still the same way. I do not like the taste. I hate beer. I hate mixed drinks unless you can't taste the liquor. And the only thing I like, I'm really liking Pinot Noir and in a specific, only specific ones, because I don't like it either. I don't like the taste of alcohol. But anyways, except for that, I think it's kind of acquired. All right, guys. So I'm going to do a collective reading. Absolutely. Do what's right for you. These things were created for a reason, mainly to help us on this earth plane, right? And it's when we start judging them and criticizing them or misusing them. And the only reason we misuse things is through a lack of mindfulness, a lack of awareness, a lack of openness, a lack of frequency. Spirit is saying it all comes down to lack of frequency. The higher your frequency, the less judging and the more unity, the more oneness you create. The higher the frequency, the higher information and guidance you receive. You cannot receive or resonate that which is too much of a gap between you and that resonance. So as unity, as oneness, as as Christ consciousness, as being one with the universe, we are actually opening up to allow things to work for us on all different spectrums, all different forums. All right. Good talk, guys. All right. So let's do a collective. Let's see. What is in the forefront of our soul? So we're all right now in the midst of jumping in full force to our soul project. And the reason I used project the other day is Bob was texting me, and I put after me Thelsay he knew I was having a hard time as a mom after I put him in, left him at emergency room, and he says he was just giving me some good whatever encouragement, and then he says, "Good job, you're doing great on this project." And he goes to me, "This I know this was spirit typing and not him, my higher self typing," and he goes, "I don't know why I wrote." You're doing great with the project. So that's why I actually entitled it Soul Projects in Full Swing, because he would never call it a project. He doesn't even know why project popped up. And I says, oh no, you are 100% right. This is a project. It's a soul agreement project. So I just thought that was really cool. So we're in full swing. We are at a frequency now where we're fully equipped to be fully engaged in our soul project. But the ironic part is we have no fucking idea where we're going with it and what the project is. Is that not awesome? That is so freaking awesome. And I just love it because we're in full swing, but we might not have a clue. But all it is called from us is to be totally in the moment, totally immersed in the now. And that's all we have. We're being called moment by moment by moment to receive, to trust, to discern. We're going to receive whatever it is we need. So discernment, but been so strong the second half of the year. That whole solar plexus again, so strong, because you've got to be strong in the solar plexus. You got to be self-empowered to actually trust and take action on what you're discerning. This is so awesome and so powerful. All right. And I wanted to do a galactic card because I really love to know like what parallel, what timeline is really supporting us galactically wise. If anybody wants a reading, personal reading, I sent my PayPal link up there. Let me know. It's just open donation. All right, this one. All right, got a couple of those. All right, so the two Mother Earth heart cards, and to me, Mother Earth represents that that unity with our own heart, represents the physical capacity of us, represents that physical experience that's being called to align to our highest purpose, our divine frequency imprint. And what we got, oh, there we go, solar plexus. To me, this is stepping into our divine being through our trust. So it's almost like the divinity of the white is combined with the solar plexus to create this creaminess. And this is a stone, it's embedded. And look at all surrounded by these other rocks is standing out, all surrounded. And these two almost look like a, you know, when you have beads and you create these little keychains or little necklaces with a couple little beads first and then the little stone hangs, that kind of looks like that. We are that guiding crystal for ourselves. It's saying, you know, sometimes we'll wear an amulet or a crystal for guidance and protection, but I'm feeling this is us. We are our own stone, our own crystal for that guidance and protection. We are equipped. We are self-empowered. We are one with our divinity right now. We are mindful and we are discerning at full capacity for our completion.
to end the cycles and complete another. We have all the people, all the resources. Everyone is exactly where they need to be. See the circle? You're in the center of the circle. It's almost like the middle of a dream catcher as well. Because literally, we really are just living a dream. We all know it seems so real. The experience is real, but it's really a hologram. It's really a projection of our energy. It's our soul having this experience. And we're aware of that. And we are and have created in the center of our hologram, well, there's us, and then all around us, the hologram, are all the people, all the components, and all the scenarios and situations that we need right now to be in the center of our soul project. And what's it say? Healing. A healing is the recognition and restoration of our true nature. We already know that. It's a rebalancing, recalibration, allowance. When you become open up to receiving the love that you are, you reconnect with your infinite source of external wellness and joy. So that's what we're doing. We are wrapping up projects, and whatever it is that we came to heal and balance, we're being called right now, right in the middle of it. We're right in it, and we might not have a clue, but you are. So trust in that. The other Mother Earth heart card is this. I love it. It's a bunch of fallen leaves. This one stands out. It's this oak leaf, really pretty. It's just blown up against the curb, and there's just all these different leaves, dirt, sand, pine needles. And it's almost like, because it's against the curb, it almost feels like this. We can't go any longer the way we were going, Spirit is saying. So, the leaves representing old life have fallen, and they're all pushed against this curb. That old life is not going to take us any further. This is the curb of a sidewalk, right there, or right here. So we've gone as far as we can in that old energy, and now we're being freed from it. This looks like a little angel head here. Somebody's like little arms, like when they go like this, and then the wings. So all of this energy of the past, we can't go any further with our old state of being and the way we used to operate in our separation. We've come to an end, but what it's doing is we're transforming all of that energy to bring us to here. So we've transformed all of that energy. Don't push. Lauren talked about not pushing. We're not going to try to push past this resistance anymore. We're going to transform and create from here. We're in the center of our soul project. We're creating from our own divinity, and we're creating new. Nothing is to be repeated. What's it say? Answers. The answers you are seeking are in the now. This is so important because I can't project literally into later in the same day. Caleb keeps wanting these answers, and I'm like, no, Caleb, I got to wait until I talk to the therapist or whatever it is, and the psych eval or whatever. After I talk to that person and they call me, I have no answers. We have no answers, but we'll have them right when we need it. It says the answers you are seeking are only in the now. They're only in the now. We're not going to be able to project like we used to. We're not going to be able to forecast like we used to, because we're creating from a whole new perception frequency. Your present path will reveal what you need to know. Through choosing to find joy in the new, illuminates that which you are seeking. It will appear to you. So if you try to push and you try to project, all you're going to come to is this wall. Nothing is going to come before its time. And only thing that matters is feeling good in the moment. Look at this little angel here. Can you guys see this girl? See this girl? See that little head? She's got this color, that color face. Look at her. See, she's got a divine stone on her head, or a crown. She's got this brown hair cascading from the side. Funny, Lauren keeps talking about hair. She's sitting there in a white gown. Can you guys see that little girl right here? Let me block off this side. She's sitting right there. Can you guys see that? She's got a pure white crown on her. I can see the eyes and brown hair, and she's wearing this whitish little pullover gown. She might be sitting crisscross applesauce. Stands out right there. She's sitting. She can't move any further because she's got that curb there. But she's not in distress. She's not in anxiety. She's just sitting there waiting for the answers. Yeah, she's crisscross. See her little feet? That's almost like the sole of one foot And then right here, we got the sole of the other foot. Her legs are crossed. So even though she's pushed up against the wall, and I'm sure Caleb feels like that, I feel like that to a certain degree, but all her answers are actually in that state, just surrendering to that moment and being fully present. That is freaking amazing. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Cachetta. Hey, Suzanne. All right, guys. So that is the collective. It's about being fully present in the moment. You're in the center of your soul project. And you know what that means? You have no freaking ass clue where you're going from here. But you are anchored in your solar plexus. You are self-empowered enough to discern, to listen, to hear, and to act on your own discernment, regardless of what the outside forces are saying, doing, or telling you. All right, the two galactic energies working with us right now, other timelines working with us that are us. And I'll stick my PayPal guy, I'll star that. If anybody wants a personal, it's just open donations. Natural humility, number 69, Lyra, future. Holy crapper. So right now we have that Lyran energy working with us right now. So that future energy. So this soul project in the now is actually changing our future, but that future version of it is what's actually helping and supporting us. You know how everything already exists in all of eternity? It's all just a frequency match. Well, we already match that future timeline, and that future timeline is helping us. $69 equals 5, right, guys? Wait, 9 plus 6, 15, 6. So that peace, that balance, that harmony, and having humility, letting go of the ego. It doesn't mean you belittle yourself or humble yourself in artificial ways. It just means humility, accepting and surrendering in that moment of now, knowing you have what it takes, but not having to project it, force it, egoify it. Purple dress, purple, oh my God, everything is purple and yellow. The solar plexus and the Christ consciousness unified. Your power is in the Christ consciousness. Your power is in that Christ unconditional love. That is where all the power is right now. Solar plexus and crown chakra. And as soon as you step out of that present moment, like I know when I start thinking and trying to take on and feeling into like what Caleb's going through, I get headachy, I get dizzy, I get vertigo-ish, I'm getting too much in my head. So it's about centering into your solar plexus, centering into your heart space. So right now we've got that future timeline aiding and supporting us, trusting in our Christ nature, trusting in unconditional love. Peace and harmony is our future, the golden age. Nostradamus predicted that, what was it, 1,000 years of peace, the golden age, the age of Aquarius, the new earth, heaven on earth. That new earth is supporting us now. There's that solar plexus again. We are the way. We are that light. And the other one is Zeta Reticuli, present, renewed hope. So the two galactic energies, that future golden age, new earth, heaven on earth, and it's all now, guys. It's already within us. It's already there. It's already here. It's just allowing it, shifting and being present in the moment. That's all that's called of us. Reticuli, present. Renewed hope, 16-7. So renewed hope, that would be a 7. The 16 equals a 7, which is that Christ consciousness, with our divine frequency imprint, our blueprint, our original self. All right, guys, I'm going to just read on this really, really quick. Obviously, renewed hope, and know that there is hope in the fault lines, as Kimmy would say, or in the tremors, or in those areas that are shaky and unstable. That is where our hope is coming. It's in the instability, because through the instability, we can break down the old ways, the old energies, the densities, to bring forth a new foundation, a new platform. All right, guys, really good, really powerful. 79, real quick. I want to read that one. These are kind of new to me. Phew, I do have glasses here. Good. All right, guys. So what I got here is when we live in fear, we live in ice. Oh, that's 80. Forget it. 79. When a crisis passes, and well, a lot of us are going through a lot of personal and a lot of personal crisis. So the mini of the collective crisis is happening. It's almost like all our mini crisis is what's creating that collective happening. When a crisis passes, we are no longer in deep fear. There's a sense of relief. It feels like a new dawn has arrived. Doesn't it take something sometimes really traumatic, or like when somebody dies or at a funeral, something within me, even as a little girl, felt renewed. It felt like I would feel almost good about something that would seem not good to those around me, because the breaking down of something or the transformation or the transition of energies is actually bringing that new hope. It's connecting to to that light. It's the breaking of a system that is no longer serving. This is where the Zetas are emotionally in this era. Their species crisis has passed and they're feeling a new rising. The message for you is to see each moment as a chance for a new dawn. Nothing in the physical universe is constant except change. With each change comes the potential for beauty, joy, and growth. Don't let the moments of your present life pass without noticing them as doorways to awakening. Well, that pretty much sums it. And how powerful to have that support, the dawning of a new day. Even in the midst of the crisis, the new is being reborn. And that almost looks like a little baby on a bed of hay, kind of like the Jesus energy, but in alien form. And then just the future. So that is so beautiful. This is so powerful to have the future card, that renewed, that new earth, that peace, that harmony, that future world that's within us, combined with renewed hope. I mean, to me, that is pretty much just saying it is. No question. All right. All right, guys. So that is the collective. Thank you, Kita. Anybody have any questions? If anyone made a donation, let me know and I will give you an individual. What the heck time is it? I will, if anybody, for those that have shared out, what I'll do is I'll pull you a quickie, because I love these cards. I find them fascinating. The galactic, what galactic energy is most supportive of you right this second? If anyone wants a quickie, let me know for sharing out. And if you made a donation, let me know and I'll give you a personal, more thorough. I hate getting off without pulling something. Thank you, Kimmy. As are all of yours. All right, Heather, you got Palladian, Pallades, I mean, well, which is Palladian. That even looks like an artist like you. Abstract as colorful, impulsive, spontaneous, trusting your strokes because you trust yourself. Being in alignment with your own energy is just, your paintbrush or your pencil. It's the extension of you. It's that release of your energy. But what the energy is Pallades, past, guilt, releasing guilt, changing in that, breaking that pattern. So the pattern that your soul project has come to end, that cycle you are ending is guilt. You're bringing forth new freedom of expression, freedom of emotional expression without the guilt, Heather. Beautiful. Next, Sandy Samadi. Yes. Thank you for sharing to a group. All right, Sandy, you have masculine principle, taking action on your discernment. So you might have been contemplating or feeling out something. You might be a little hesitant to actually take action, because a lot of times the action called is a new way of being or doing that we weren't used to. But that is what's called of you. Through your discernment, you are coming up with a new resolve, answer, idea that is not necessarily doesn't necessarily fit in with what others expect of you. So it's trusting in the masculine principle and taking action on your discernment through balance. The 12 is a 3. So expression, speaking, acting, taking some physical action on what you're discerning, trusting in that. And it's Lyra, the past Lyran energy, the masculine principle. Not all emotional, not all theory, not all thought, but actually taking action on it. We're in the physical world. We've come to anchor our emotionality. We've come to express it in the physical. We're here for the physical experience. So it takes a perfect melding, merging, blending of our spiritual energy of feeling and tuition in the physical. Oh, good, good. So just affirmation for you, Sandy. Anyone else? One more. Kimmy? Anyone else? Oh, I just saw that, Kimmy. Funny, I didn't see May I Have a Galactic, and now I just see that. So Kimmy's up. Kimmy's the last one. Unless anyone makes a donation, let me know. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for sharing out. And you guys, like always, you are the one creating this message. You are the ones creating the physical reflection of all that you receive for your own discernment. Does it feel right? Great. If it doesn't, go down another path. It's just still a guidance. All information on the outside is still guidance, whether you take it and claim it or whether you say, no, thank you. It is still guidance posts. The posts are there like a skier, a downhill skier. The posts are there. They wave in and out, away to them, away to them. They're showing me you guys like skiers going down a nice powder, slightly groomed mountain and just go zoom, 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 zoom. All right, Kimmy, renewed hope. That's what you got, Kimmy. So the breaking down of a system, the crisis is to bring forth that new hope. 7, just that the divine connection, that renewed hope comes from within. It doesn't come from the news outside of you, but the outside news is a reflection of your inner news. You know what I mean? So if you get this good news and you're excited, you're the one that created it. You're the one that manifested it. It's renewed hope. You got the Zeta Reticuli, present, and that's present. So that makes it extra powerful and potent. And that renewed hope comes in every moment. It's not anything. It's just a feeling that you know, and I can feel it. My heart's opening, and you feel that new world. You feel that earth. You feel that life. You're already there living it. You're already there. All right, guys. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing out. Thank you for being present. Thank you for creating this message. So no matter how dire your situation seems, or just be present, stay with it. And you're in full swing of your project. You're fully equipped, and take action on what you're discerning. Trust in it. And there's no pushing. You can't push any quicker than what the universe, what you're being shown in every moment. May you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are.